Hey y'all, today we're going to be listening to some user submitted stories who need advice. Let me know how you feel in the comments section down below. I'm a 20-year-old woman who met this guy 2 years ago who's 36 years old. He got me pregnant 2 months after we started dating. I know it's stupid, but it just sort of happened. I also don't know the first thing about how to get an abortion, and I began to spiral down into a deep depression. I didn't really want a baby at the time, nor was I ready because I was so young and naive. He moved in when I found out I was pregnant, and he hasn't had a job the entire time. He helps out around the house, and I'm grateful for that, but we're struggling terribly, to the point that I can't even wash my clothes at the laundromat. I have to hand wash them at home and let them air dry. I've cried myself to sleep multiple times and verbally told him my grievances, and he tells me he understands, but the bills are all in my name and we've fallen behind to the point that I'm being contacted by bill collectors. He says he's looking for a job, but he's still not showing any ambition. I have mentally checked out and I'm working part-time and attending school during the day. Would I be the a-hole if I ended the relationship with him and made him move out? Our child is 7 months now, and he does help out with watching him while I'm at work and at school. I don't want him to be homeless, but at this point he's still not contributing to the household financially. What words could I say to get him to move out? I'm a 23-year-old woman and my 25-year-old fiance have been together for about a decade and engaged for 2 years. Our wedding is in February 2025 and we're going to be sending our save the dates soon. I love my fiance dearly, but sometimes trying to deal with his family is a nightmare. The stories I have are never ending. His parents divorced each other and remarried 2 other people, and both have had more children, so there will be a lot of guests from his side with all of his family. To put it into perspective, our guest list is almost 400 people, and more than 300 are from his side of the family. That's not an issue for me, as I didn't have much family growing up. My issue is his creepy ex-con stepdad. He's now going through a divorce, which has been a long time coming with his incessant drinking, and he even went to jail 2 years ago for driving drunk. With our wedding coming up, I asked my fiance if he still wanted his stepdad to be invited. My fiance said since the divorce was amicable, and they still had a good relationship, it shouldn't be a problem to invite him. About a week after this conversation, the stepdad got arrested for trying to solicit young girls online. It was a major shock because he was working as a substitute teacher at the time. Obviously, at this point, I was immediately disgusted and decided that I did not want him in attendance at our wedding. My fiance agreed with me, as there will be children in attendance. The stepdad's family, however, has raised a commotion over this decision. They say that the stepdad is a victim of being hacked and he's completely innocent. Even his ex-wife has spoken out, saying he would never do such a thing, and that she is going to stick beside him and help him fight his case, despite their looming divorce. I don't want to invite the stepdad. My fiance understands where I'm coming from, but he still wants to invite his stepdad's parents because that would be the quote, right thing to do since they haven't done anything wrong. I have a feeling if I were to send the stepdad's parents an invitation, they would end up bringing in the stepdad with them as they all live in the same small town. I want to avoid this happening at all costs, as I feel it would cause an even bigger scene. So, would I be the a-hole for not inviting them? I'm a 22-year-old female and I've been with my 28-year-old boyfriend for about 2 years now and living together for roughly 4 months. He loves turning everything into a competition. Who can get ready faster? Who can work out faster, cook better, clean better? You get the idea. Last week we were having a conversation alone in the hot tub of my apartment complex when he interrupted me, suddenly shouted, "I wonder who can hold their breath underwater the longest." I barely had time to react when he aggressively shoved me underwater for almost 30 seconds. When he finally let me go, I came up from the water and gasped for air. And I noticed he was laughing uncontrollably. I have asthma and an irregular heartbeat, which my boyfriend knows. The next day he brought up what happened and said, "I was only joking, but I'm sorry if you feel I was actually trying to hurt you." I'm afraid to bring this up to my family as they already don't like him because they feel like he's too aggressive based on previous incidents. I also don't have any friends that live near me. Me and my boyfriend talked about it again, and he says if I did the same thing to him, he would have just laughed about it and moved on. I don't know if I just need to move on, but I don't understand how holding me underwater is funny. He also complained about the scratches that I left on his chest, which happened unintentionally when I was freaking out and trying to come up for air. Update. I just wanted to let you know that I'm away and safe. I'm currently staying with my aunt who lives 90 minutes away. She also encouraged me to call my immediate family. The main reason I was hesitant to let my family know is because of both my older sister and my father. They're extremely judgmental, and they always bring up things that people feel terrible about just to win arguments. My ex ended up apologizing 2 days after I moved out, promising to never put his hands on me again. He somehow convinced me to meet one of his friends. He said he packed the rest of my things and that his friend would give them to me in a Starbucks parking lot. I went to meet her, and my ex was sitting at the table with her. We didn't speak because I left right away, and I didn't even make it to their table. Nothing I left was of any value, as I had taken most of my belongings with me the day that I left. Okay, y'all, tell me your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below on each of these 3 stories. If you have a story that you would like to share, you can send them to my email at truecrimequeentv@gmail.com. Love y'all. Next video's on the way.